What is the best loophole you ever found? Ooh, I have a good one. I had saved up a crap load of coins and needed to get them counted. I went to a bank that I knew had a coin counter, mine didn't, and asked the staff if I could use it if I belonged to another bank. She said sure, and so I did. It was about $800 plus when all counted. I took my slip to the counter and she asked if I had an account with them. I explained I didn't, but the lady at the front said I could use it. She comes over, and says she didn't realize I didn't have an account here, WTF, and I would need to pay 20% of my coins total. I was fuming for about 5 seconds. Then I turned to the teller and said I'd like to open an account please. She was pissed but sent me to the other section to open an account. I deposited the money into my account. Waited until I got my card. Withdrew it and went in and closed the account. It was a lengthy workaround, but it worked. Not my loophole. But whatever. The American government wanted, and still wants, people to use $1 coins instead of notes. So they start selling $1 coins for $1. People use their credit cards to buy $100,000 worth of coins. And then immediately deposited them all into their bank, taking them out of circulation again to pay off their credit card and then reap the rewards from the credit card usage, usually in the realms of frequent flyer miles. People were accumulating millions of miles worth of airline travel for free. Some new magazine was asking college students to send out subscription forms by email to all their friends. For each 25 emails you sent, you would get a $10 Amazon gift card. Turns out, they didn't need to be real emails. I made about $100 before they told me to stop. I hate having a great answer to late. I coach a high school team. We recently bought airfare with Spirit Airlines to take 9 students to a competition. 2 of the students cancelled about a month out from the trip, and we had to replace them with 2 different students. Spirit Airlines policy, no name changes. Can't even pay a fee to change the name. The tickets are basically lost. I have to buy new tickets. Spirit's customer service is overseas. And they plainly don't care at all about customer service, because they don't actually work for Spirit etc. Except that Spirit Airlines does allow passengers to correct misspellings. And these folks don't really recognize nonsense names. So over 4 calls, I changed the names of the cancelled students to the names of the new students. 2 letters at a time. No one at Spirit customer service made a note, because who would care? And no one ever notices that the correct names during the intermediate steps were nonsense. Also, Duck Spirit. Not my find, but my mother's. Back in the day when a woman needed her husband's permission to get a loan or sign up for a credit card, my mother used to take advantage of the sign up for our store credit card today and get XXXX free. She would fill out the form completely. But since my father refused to sign the permission section, because he thought it was stupid that she would need permission in the first place, the credit card company would throw out her application. So she would get the free gift either way. She must have done this a dozen or more times. When Verizon changed their unlimited plan, we got to keep ours due to being grandfathered in. Basically, as long as we kept our phones, we kept the plan. But once we upgraded, we would have to switch plans. My family has 4 phones. 3 smartphones and my little brother's dumb phone with no data. When we went to upgrade, we asked the Verizon rep if there was any way we could keep unlimited. After some experimenting with the system, she found a way. She moved my data package to my brother's phone, since he didn't have any data. Upgraded my phone. Then moved the data package back. Same for my parents' phones. So we got to keep the unlimited and still got our upgrade. Screw you Verizon. But major props to your employees. Those self-serve yogurt places have been popping up all over my area for the last 2-3 years. One opened up shop in a crappy strip mall that's a pain to get in and out of. To get people in, they put stacks of coupons out in offices near them for a free small yogurt. They neglected to put an expiration date on any of them. I gathered all of them that were at my office and even found some in a handful of places near the yogurt place. I've been eating free yogurt for the last 20 months. Years ago signed up for the Columbia House DVD of the month when I was 16. Most of you probably don't know about this, but it was a deal where you got a dozen DVDs for free and then had to buy one a month for $15. If you didn't order a movie that month, they would send you one that was their selection of the month. Anyway, when I got all the free movies, I wrote them a letter stating I wasn't 18 and they cancelled my subscription and let me keep the movies for free. When our whole Algebra 2 class figured out how grading on a curve works and statistically used it to our advantage. Average grade on our finals was a 52%, so the whole class passed without really even trying on it. My old bank used to give me $2 reimbursement anytime I used another bank's ATM to cover the fee. There was a local bank ATM that charged a $1.50 fee. So I would make $0.50 3 times a month. I assume they had a max on this. Or I would sit at that ATM all day. Assuming 30 seconds per transaction, you're making $60 per hour running the ATM. Walgreens was running a deal on a blood sugar monitor that was originally $19.99. They had a weekly deal where it dropped down to $9.99 plus you got 2,000 points free on your balance reward card. I found a coupon for that exact meter which got me $10 off, so the mile became free plus I got $2 in balance points. I have about 20 meters sitting in my house that will be going to lower income clinic where people who need it but can't afford it will benefit the most from it. This year I have casually found a vending machine near my house that has a little bug. If I insert my money and I repetitively press the button for a Fanta, the machine gives me 2 Fanta instead of 1. Now I always go to that vending machine. It wasn't a loophole. But once, at the airport, I wanted some soda at the vending machine. I inserted the money, and I didn't get 1 soda. I got 4. Like seriously, I was literally screaming to my friends I got 4 of these. In the airport. I never won any lottery or whatever. Vending machines often don't want to give me the food I just bought. But that day, I was victorious. I had beaten the machine. My high school advanced algebra teacher had a system where you could retake an exam if you failed. Part of this was if you were to tutor someone who failed and then subsequently passed because of your help, you'd get 1 stroke 2 of their improvement added to your score. So the smartest girl in the class and I took turns getting zeros on exams and then tutoring each other. I earned double points on my credit card through gas and grocery purchases. So when I plan to buy something, say, at Lowe's or go out to eat, I go to the grocery store and buy a gift card. Double points for the gift card and at least double fuel points through the grocery store. Watched a guy do this over the course of about 1.5 years when I worked for a credit card company. The guy was getting a divorce, but wanted to hide some money from his soon-to-be ex-wife. So he overpaid his credit card account by $80,000. He then called us to issue a check for the money. So on his statements it would reflect a 0 balance. But he would never cash the check. So it would come back on our books. Every 6 months, the balance would return and he would call to have a new check issued, so it looked like an accounting error. From what I understood, the lawyer only reviewed a couple of months worth of credit card statements. And he timed the issuance of the check just right, so no one was the wiser. He called and spoke to a guy on my team and told him the whole story. And then we issued the check for the last time and never heard from him again. Okay. Back in the day, the tax man would match you $4 for every penny you put into your superannuation. You could also claim part of it back on your tax. When the family home sold, I put $10K into my super. Claimed it back on tax, got most of it back, put that back into my super. Rinse and repeat until it go bye-bye. Gov matched me $4. And I was also getting money funneled in there from my workplace super. And that's how I have $800,000 in my super at age 36. If you do your own brake job, you can buy brakes from AutoZone that include a warranty. This warranty just so happens to cover normal wear and tear. Every time you need new brakes, bring in the worn out ones and you get a new set for free. Seriously amazing. When Radio Shack had open locations nearby, I'd buy cheapy $8.10 earbuds, later a cheapy $10.20 pair of over-ear headphones, and get a warranty on them. Whether it was the quality of the stuff, or me being an idiot, these would never last me more than a month or two. So I'd go back, buy the same pair for a huge discount thanks to the warranty, and put a new warranty on those. Repeat. Get $2-3 sets of earbuds headphones forever. Or at least until all the Radio Shacks near me closed down. Once won a free games for a month at a local laser tag arena. Used it during summer holidays and played about $1,500 worth of games. And I got the sense that I used it way more than expected. I don't think they have had that prize ever again. In a popular video game, I found out that thanks to the crafting system I could go to a vendor, buy the stuff I needed and craft a sheet item no one used. But I could sell it back to the vendor for more gold than it had cost. No one probably knew this method because it was a sheet item no one wanted to use anyway. 2-4K was considered rich in the game. Within an hour I had 100k. The game had giant backspace so I could sell a lot at the same time and crafting was done automatically. The admins noticed and demanded me to tell them how I did it or I would be banned. Told them. They fixed it. Took all my gold. Even the gold I made fair. Most hotels will charge you if you cancel a booking within 48 hours of your scheduled stay. You can reschedule your booking for free though and move it outside of the 48-hour block and then cancel for free. There was a McDonald's near my college. And in it was an ATM. If you use the ATM and got a receipt, it would come with a coupon for a buy one, get one free large sandwich. I'd swipe my card, hit cancel and a receipt would print out showing the cancellation. I would then find someone in line buying a large sandwich and hand it over to them. Free sandwiches for about 8 months until it finally went away. I don't eat McDonald's anymore. Best Buy had double trade in value on games several times. Craigslist people want cash instead of store credit, but used games for $20. Get $25 in trade-in, which doubled to $50 store credit. I ended up with about $1,200 in store credit which cost me maybe $400. About 10 years ago I found an old vending machine that if I put 5C in and press change, it gave me 10C. Once the machine ran out of 10C, it would give me back nothing. So I would dump all my 5C in until it eats the last one, meaning there are no more 10C coins and I would leave. I did that for a while, and the guy at 7-Eleven always looked at me weirdly when I would exchange $5 for 105C coins. Eventually, they changed the machine, and I no longer could do my trick. In Germany you can order anything online and send it back within 2 weeks to get your money back. You don't need to have a reason. Buddy of mine does it all the time. I just like the additional safety of non-commitment after a purchase. Went to Walmart to buy a shotgun, which required proof of residency and my driver's license had a PO box so they wouldn't accept it. I asked what documents could be used as proof of residency. Turns out a fishing license counts. Does Walmart sell fishing licenses at the same sporting goods desk? Yes they do. Document needed to get a fishing license? A driver's license. A Walmart sporting goods associate filled out the paperwork for my fishing license for which I provided my physical address and then handed it over to me. I handed it back and said, "Now I'd like to purchase that shotgun." The look on their face was priceless, but a few minutes later, I walked out with it. When I was in elementary school I took part in a paper airplane contest in which whoever's paper airplane flew the farthest won. We had unlimited pieces of paper at our disposal, and about 10 minutes to craft our planes. I noticed some other kids had airplane that flew quite a bit farther than mine, but still not very far. So basically I crunched all my failed planes into a dense paper ball and just chucked it. It went almost 4 times as far as my nearest competitor. The dude who would walk into one building go 30 floors up. Take the skywalk over. Elevator back down into the lobby to get a free apple even though it's added around 10 minutes to his day. Love that. At a very old local hometown cemetery. It turns out that people who bought the original family plots, multiple grave possibilities in one plot, have free grave opening and grave closing included in the deed. So now, generations later, families can't be charged for grave digging at the time of funerals if the family is still in possession of the original deeds by way of succession. It's a large expense saved by the family, charges passed on to the cemetery association. Instead, this one isn't very exciting, but what the hell. You can keep using the Amazon Prime free trial by just making a new email address and Amazon account. It takes about 5 minutes and you can use the same credit debit card to do it. Free 1-day delivery on anything and access to thousands of movies on demand. When I first got an iPhone, I bought an insurance package that I thought covered just about anything. After about a month of having my new iPhone, I got a really bad scratch on the screen. The scratch haunted me and I would constantly imagine a nice fresh screen again, so I went to the insurance company and asked them to replace it. The insurance rep told me my coverage is limited to more severe damage like cracks and water damage, not scratches. So naturally I went out into the parking lot and tanked my phone against the pavement, completely obliterating the screen. I walked back into the same insurance rep, acting like I wasn't just there 5 minutes ago, and explained that my phone was severely damaged and I wanted a replacement. In 4 days I had a nice smooth iPhone free of charge. This time with a screen protector. When I was at school there was a rule where if you didn't go to detention they would give you an extra 5 minutes next time. So I simply never went. I was probably owed a good few hundred hours of detention by the time I left.